I have 300 markers and today I'm gonna color using only pink and its complementary color green to see if color theory will help this from turning into a mess. Spoiler alert, this was a mess. Okay, so let's find an illustration to color. These are so pretty. Is it just me or is this giving K-pop demon hunters? Or really, that's not the vibe. It's just because there are 3 of them. This could be Destiny's Child. I quite like the look of this one with Mama and Baby. So the rules are I can only use these 2 colors. I can layer them by themselves or with each other. Maybe not. I don't want this just to be a flat page. I've seen those golden hour, neon this, airy aesthetic. I'm gonna do a bit of that. So I need to find the perfect kind of illustration that will match the vibe. But I don't know if it's just me, I'm getting analysis paralysis. Guys, I'm scared. But first, the tester page. What do you mean there's no tester page? You want us just to go straight into this? I think I'm gonna have to test on my iPad first because I'm not emotionally prepared to ruin the first page in my cozy coloring book. I have 2 ideas I want to explore. I'm thinking of using the pink as a rim light just to capture sharp lighting. So we've got the edges of our characters and also the clouds. By the way, let me know what we should name our characters. And in Benji's style, we need to give them these super long shadows, assuming the light source is from the top corner. And now it's time to cover everything else in our green. This is where I've gotten to. I think it's going to be a little bit monotonous. I think actually green all over is not going to be nice. Maybe if I had whites that I could keep in, but full green, this is not the vibe. So I have a second idea inspired by 4 monochromatic sections. So if we split the image up like this and we have almost like a pink light shining through the middle and then green on either side, that could be a vibe. Oh my gosh, this looks terrible. Oh my gosh. Delete. Okay, this is not working at all. We're gonna have to go back to the drawing board because this shade of green, is it just me or did I choose the worst shade of green? Technically I was right. Green is opposite pink on the color wheel. But which shade? Color theory didn't say just pick one random thing like I did. Pink sits between purple and red on the color wheel. The more purple your pink is, aka the cooler the pink, the warmer the green. So the more yellow the green is. And on the flip side, if your pink leans more to red, then the opposite green goes more aqua/blue. I hope I'm making sense here because this took me a minute to get my head around. So notice the difference in the green between these 2 shades. The fluorescent pink I have is leaning more to a red, which means I actually need more of an aqua than a green. And I found this pond green when I swatched them together. Look at this purple. This is giving me a 3rd color to play with. It's no longer a 2-color challenge. We're about to mix some colors. So now I have 2 ideas. Why don't we light the house from the inside? The fact that these 2 colors combine to the most beautiful purple just feels like such a lucky coincidence because that means if we have pink lighting from the house, we can do the same rim lighting around our characters. But now we can have a purple area for where the light kind of flows. And then the rest of the house can be the moody green. Although this is looking a lot lighter than I think it's meant to be, I don't think I color matched that very well. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not 100% on this one, but I saw this image. Maybe we could actually use the fluorescent name in our marker to make the sign neon. So now imagine this bright pink sign is the one illuminating the whole image. So of course we've got the rim lighting again, but now what if most of those shadows are purple? And then the house is green? I don't know. It has been a couple of days since I last played with those ideas. I can't believe I'm hating every single one of them. At this point, I'm starting to psych myself out. I don't know if it will actually be possible to come up with something that looks good. But I asked on my Instagram between these two ideas. Switching it up, so the green is where the light is coming from this time. And on the left, it's coming from inside the house. But on the right, it's more like a spotlight. The overwhelming majority said the top one. As someone with aphantasia, I'm going to use every bit of help I can get. So thank you if you also voted. The time is now to actually open up this colouring book. I am so happy I can finally put pen to paper. So happy, in fact, I nearly forgot to protect the next page. If you are colouring along with me, you're gonna need a piece of card or something else to protect the next page because alcohol markers are going to bleed right through that page. By the way, I'll leave a link to all the supplies I use down in the description box. Green as the light source is making so much sense. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. It's giving a haunted house, alien invasion kind of vibe. Well, let me know what you think down in the comments. But there's one part of this piece I've kind of ignored so far, and it's a make or break. And that is the sky. And right now, I'm just pretending it doesn't exist, because if the sky goes wrong, this whole thing is done. Now I have the greens down, definitely did the easiest part first. It's time to map out the pinks. Sadly, I only have a chisel tip, so I need to be very careful with this step because when the green touches the pink, as you know, that turns purple and I don't need any purple yet. You guys might be wondering why I'm even taking on this kind of challenge. A 2-color challenge is hard in itself, but picking a color randomly just makes zero space for any planning. I thought using the complementary color would help me, but in this case, as you saw from the beginning, I struggled so much. But that is one thing I love exploring with art. The possibilities are literally endless. Someone else could have had this exact same color scheme and interpreted it in a completely different way. And normally I love doing realistic drawings and paintings, but this just allows me to be free, just to take it easy and remove the pressure. I'm not trying to be accurate to anything. I'm not adding any textures, and obviously the colors are not exact. We're just having fun with this page. If you're familiar with my channel, you know I've done and loved so many colouring book challenges. And I've seen comments saying I should bring it back and do a cozy book this time. And I absolutely love Japan. Hence why I bought this book a whole year ago. But I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous. And I thought the restriction of 2 colours would make it easier. But as you can see, I think I actually made it harder for myself. Okay, hold on. Why is this looking kind of good? Now it's time for the hardest part. Actually, the pre-hardest, because that sky, that's future Temi's problem. Now it's time for the purple shadows, which will really bring the 2 colors together. But the paper is so thin, I have to be careful. Alcohol markers eat through paper. I don't want to accidentally make a hole in the sheet. I'm wondering what happens if I put green down first or pink down first. And then when I apply the second colour, which combination makes the better purple? So for green and then pink on top, it looks slightly pinkier to me, but for pink with green on top, it looks slightly bluer. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Now let's do the shadows. This is the most exciting part because this is really what ties the 2 colours together. And I love that it makes such a beautiful purple. I'm sorry, I can't be the only one that didn't know green and pink made purple. In school, they told me red and blue. But oh my gosh, that actually makes sense. Because a bluer green and a redder pink, or magenta and cyan, will also make purple. I feel like a genius. Of course, I'm now having to fill the shadow areas with green first and then going over it with pink to formulate our purple. And let me know if you see a difference, but I kind of interchanged whichever I used as the base color because I found the brush tip a lot easier to control than the chisel. Now, one thing I can't avoid is the patchiness, and soon we're gonna have to face the sky. But in the meantime, let's get this whole thing together. I noticed some colouring challenges at the back of this book, like 1 colour, 2 colours that I'm doing today, warm colours, cool colours, grayscale, random colours, galaxy, stained glass. Now I'm inspired. Which ones do you want to see me do? Let me know in the comments. Now it's time to finally talk about the sky. I have been avoiding this. Thinking about the blank illustration, I'm guessing it was meant to be a hot summer's day because, you know, they went to the ice cream shop, but I've already gone too far. So we have to go dark and moody with the sky, like a super, super cloudy day. Now I am done. Just gonna take my white pen to put some stars in the sky. And here is how it turned out. Let me know what we should name them down in the comments. Does this count for 2 colors? Let me know in the comments. And watch this one next.